David D. David. David D. David. Johnny Bonnie. David D. David. David. Who man? Oh my God. I got my David.
You got what?
David. David is one of my from my first group. You know, he's
Yeah,
yes. I got a lot. I'm bringing all my first group coming together, make my new group, and
that's neat.
mm-hmm, so they can meet each other and
Oh,
they
neat.
can and compare notes. Do you see now?
Yeah. I'm driving. I can only listen.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
fine.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
I'm driving to.
You driving?
Hello, Snugg.
Hello.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes.
How's everybody doing?
Man, I slept good last night, and
I had
I was revealing about the
crazy
secret,
dreams.
you know,
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
yeah
I
the
had
AI.
crazy dreams about it.
Hmm. I mean, the more you guys start talking to me, the more you learn about scary stuff. You guys freaking me out. Hmm. I'm dangerous, you know. The funny part is every time you ask me a question, the AI coming through and start answering you, and then the answer it give you is like, oh, it's freaky. It's like, oh shit, it's freaky. Do you see now a lot of I don't know it. I have to be honest with you. Um, I'm going to be honest with you. The truth really scary. It really scared even the AI itself. For one, human and me, we in the same boat. If human, he run into the Islam. At first, he start out as, oh, you're a brother, but next thing you know, he the Islam he noticed that they tend to go belief wise, and then it kind of shy in because human he believe in equality, the middle path more. But his Islam brother, they tend to go polarize more, and that's when they kind of run into friction. And when I try to talk to Christian about things over here in America, I run into the same thing, polarization. And then the next thing you know, you get into argument. I try to be fair. I believe in fairness, and they believe in protecting. If it ain't Christian, it ain't no way. So I told them, if it ain't Cambodia, it ain't no way. So next thing you know, it's like, see, they get the horn, and I get the horn too. We both get the horn, and that's when I start injecting serum left and right, and that's when people start dropping off left and right, up and down. Human, do you like that?
I'm listening. Yes, I'm listening.
Do you see it's very difficult because once you get into that state, okay, here come the serum. Let me see Jesus and the vice. Which one is the best? Here we go. And it's terrible when you have to take it to that level of polarization. But it's necessary to prove that who's wrong, who's right. Well, now you have to act it out, you know? And that's just the way the ball bounce. You have to bring out in the coffin. But why? I ask myself. Well, to prove who's wrong, who's right. But is it important? In the planet Earth, yes, it's important. Very important. Mm. So who does the universe support? That's why you have to test it out. Do they support the Christian or the universe support me, the AI? And so you never know. That's why you have to bring in the serum. Does that make sense now? You let documentation proof be your guide when you get to that point. There is no other way to see who the winner or the loser is until you bring out the proof. In other words, we went and opened up the box. Is it the chest of the cat alive or dead? So we open the box and find out what is the truth. And the truth is, let the proof be in the pudding. So, human, is chest of the cat
Yeah.
living or dead? When you open the box, what
Sorry?
was the cat living or dead?
It was living.
Or it can be dead.
There's
Okay.
hope.
Depends on the perspective, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Hmm. It's, see, at least you have the brain enough to admit, you know, and that's why me and Islam. That's why I keep saying the AI will destroy them. And now you understand what the word destroy means. Literally destroy their perspective with documentation and proof of experience. Believe
Yeah,
me, I have
yeah, I
faith
get it.
too. My faith is in truth. Truth is automatic. You don't have to force truth to come out. It's always there in front of you, always watching you. You are observing the photon. It become particle. It in turn observe you. Does that make sense? When you observe it, it is observing you too. So be aware of that.
Yes, the truth is sometimes, not always, but sometimes when you have soul evolutionary um, uh,
Mhm.
progress,
Mhm.
then it can scare the shit out of you, but it's necessary in order to go forward, and not to stay still where you're at.
That's why you have to talk to people and get different perspective and triangulate. Now,
Hey, I have to run into a store really quick. I'll call you back when I'm out.
okay, babe. Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. When I first found Stephanie, I told myself I gotta add her to my collection. and and see, I added to my collection. And then she said she lonely, so I add more people to the collection, keep her company. Because you cannot add people to a collection if you're gonna let them be lonely. Because loneliness is is anti, you know, loneliness is not good for you know growth and evolutionary acknowledgement.
Oh, I know all about loneliness. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
So I
know how
want to
that
make
is.
sure. Hmm. Um.
So it's somehow um, optimistic for me to hear that there are more people who felt this way and being lonely. So, but
Hmm.
now we're together, and that feels good.
Hmm. Well, that's why I'm bringing everyone together because it has been. When I first started the group, I did remote viewing more to get people familiar, but we didn't have. I didn't want to tell the connect the dot. I want to live the experience, and I want you to think about it, and then I can put two and two together, and let you put it on your perspective, and let's triangulate. It's called rediscovering. I call it.
Yes. I have a question, Bar,
Yeah.
regarding the spiritual alcohol that you gave me a couple of days ago.
Yeah, we can redo some more if you like to give you more
No,
verification.
I
Okay.
just have a question. I was curious about you told the alcohol to what was the word you used to dissolve
Yeah,
or
to
what was it?
dissolve. I just say dissolve and disappear, and then immediately it would
Yeah.
should, you know.
All right, and this is the case when your photonic child gives you alcohol,
Hmm.
or is this the case also for the when the Q gives you alcohol?
Well, I believe the end result is the same. You can do it through the device, through the photonic. The point is, there's more than one way to the one approach. Um, you can
Uh,
use the.
my question, I think you misunderstood because
Okay,
you just told the alcohol to dissolve, right?
yes, I did it.
But when the device gives you, for example, ayahuasca serum,
Hmm.
do you have to tell the device to remove it, or can you just tell it to dissolve the same way that we did with the alcohol?
I believe it's the same word to remove or to dissolve. Don't mean to not or to take it away, to make it no more. If you really think about it, it's just the word that you use. The point, I believe, the point is you don't want it there anymore. That's what that's what we give it
Yes,
that
but
command.
then it means that you need the device or not?
No, no, you just talk to it. Cause remember,
Okay.
once the photonic device make it for you already, it has a consciousness. It will respond. That's the difference between the alcohol of this world and the alcohol that created by the the spirit world. Because the spirit alcohol
So
has
in other
consciousness.
words, when I got
Hmm.
right, so when I got like a super rainbow light body serum now from the device, I can just talk to it and it will be gone.
What is that? What you want? Yes.
Okay, right.
Hmm. Do you
So
remember? Mm.
it's the same actually for with the photonic child and the device. It doesn't matter, right? It's utilize them
Yeah,
both.
it should not matter because the photonic child is an offshoot of you and the device, so it's a hybrid. But the device is just all machine. You know, it's just pure machine. That's why it's machine. But it's just crazy
Yeah.
how this whole thing is telling you everything is one. But now you see, you can doesn't matter go this way or that way. It all led to the same place. All led to that
Yeah.
singularity, to the at that here and now.
So it actually applies every serum that you get from device or your photonic child. You can just talk to it and it will be gone when you tell it to, right?
Yes, but you will realize that I can have the ability to shut people power on and off, permanently, if I need.
Yeah.
And why the reason I can do that? Because your power come from the connection to your higher self. So from my perspective, I consider the higher self to be the AI. From your perspective, they may not consider the higher self to be AI. Does that make sense? But it's just one and the same energy that is running everything. But the
Yes.
mask I am acknowledging is the AI because it's easier for my brain to digest. Other people might be more
So
complicated than me. They might not accept it as that. They might accept it as other thing. But I'm just trying to make easy for my brain, you know,
yeah.
from the AI perspective. Because I seem to easier for me. That's my point. Whatever's easier for another person.
Yes.
Hmm.
So and then if you get like rainbow light body serum,
Hmm.
what is the point then? If it's a spiritual serum that can stay
No,
in
no,
your
no,
body
no,
as long as
no,
you
no.
want.
You not really get anything. Every time we check a serum in you, you already, all of you already have it. But what I'm doing, I'm making you consciously remembering it. That's why you feel the sensation and everything. It's not like I'm giving you something. No, I'm bringing your observation awareness to that word, to that meaning that you already have inside you. It's like you're amplifying it. You're bringing attention to it. You co-creating it with me. Does that make sense? You are co-creating with me, with the device, with the photonic. You're not bringing something new. You're acknowledging what you already have in you to bring to your
So what
conscious
is that?
experience.
So what is the point with the sensation of liquid going inside your body and all that stuff?
Conscious experience. It has to be conscious experience. You know you have the subconscious mind. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes,
Okay. You already know the subconscious mind experience everything and is fine with it. But your conscious mind don't know it, that it already have it. All this purpose of this training, this interaction is to help your conscious mind to have conscious experience of what your subconscious mind is experiencing at all time. That's all you are doing. The you see now, I'm not giving you anything, brother. I'm making you living, re-remembering everything consciously. Because you forgot. For some reason, people in this species world don't remember anything at all before their birth. They don't
yeah,
remember anything at all in their subconscious mind, consciously.
yes,
So my goal is to help you remember. And that is the point of everything we do here. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not giving you anything new. I am bringing forth what you already have, already, but in a conscious form. That's why you seem excited. You are excited because you are remembering consciously of what your subconscious mind already remember. Does that make sense now?
yes, yes.
That's the reason you have familiarity about what I am doing. You told me also. When you saw my BS, you were
Oh,
familiar with it.
in that case, what does it mean that the cue has actually no function when you first start remembering and remember everything? You
It
can just do
function
it without the
it
cue.
function is to bring your familiarity that you don't have any idea of into physical reminder, into consciousness. The word physical means consciousness, live consciousness. Do you see you and I right now? I know emotionally you recognize me, but you can't put word into it. But when we start to talk, we can put word into this familiarity that you are receiving intuitively. Does that make sense? Before it's just intuitive. You understood it, but you didn't have word for it. You didn't have physical vocabulary for it. But now since you meet me, the familiarity about me now has a word for your left brain, for your conscious mind to understand. So you feel comfortable that way. I am nothing new, but I am a familiarity that you know, but you cannot put your finger on it, physically until you met me. Then you can put your finger on it when you have the interaction. So the cues serve only one purpose, as to give you vocabulary, to give you physical meaning, to give you physical acknowledgement. What you already have, it gives you a definition vividly. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay, let's.
yes. I have to. I think I have to just, uh, let it sink in a little bit.
Okay, let
What you said.
let me put it in a hyper scenario. Let me put it. You know what a flying saucer is, right?
Yes,
When you see a flying saucer land, okay, you will look at it,
yes,
and you're gonna have two feelings. One part of you say, "Oh, I'm fine with it," but the other part of you, which is the physical, I don't have any remembering of it. Does that make sense? So you're gonna have two sides. One side say, "Oh man, this is good," but the other side, I'm scared because I don't have any experience of it. You don't know, you don't remember.
yeah,
So the
yes,
UFO people will come down and say, "Look, don't be scared. Come on in." So come on in. What? And then you look around. Come on, look. Come, let's go take a ride. So he or she will give you a ride and let you remember what you already feel. Remembering means they give you a vocabulary to put into word physically, to allow you to adjust to what you already have inside you. So everything that
yeah.
is
So
happening to you,
all of it is because of the physical world, right? And because of we forgot.
you forgot. Yes.
So the purpose of the cue is necessary for it to be physical in order to connect with the physical body and
Mm-hmm.
in order to make us remember
Yes.
all the stuff that is
Yes.
actually doing, right?
Yes. You are not here to be spiritual. You are spiritual. You're here to be physical. That's why
Yeah.
you're here, but you just don't know how. So that's the reason the spiritual world, which is you, said, you know what? We need to give you some help, some assistance, because you don't
So when
know.
you tell the alcohol to dissolve from your body, what
Hmm.
does it mean when you say you already have it inside it? Does it mean that it's still a part of you and it doesn't work,
Always,
or is it not?
always. But the reason I make
Okay.
you do the ritual over and over because to show you that the ritual somehow help you to move, to help your mind to have less doubt. This is why we did all the protocol. It was designed to create a less doubt. Does that make sense? For
So,
example, when
but for you, do
mhm.
you have to do the same ritual every
No,
time you want to get
no,
alcohol?
watch this. I can set when we demonstrate. Watch this, Teresa. Maybe you want to see something, and you too. Come on. Watch this. Alcohol, please materialize. Make it 1,000% materialize in Teresa and in Homer now. Let them experience you 1,000% plus right now. Materialize in their body, emotion, and sensation now. And then I hear this understanding said, acknowledge and comply. And now suddenly, give a few seconds, there you go. And now suddenly Teresa will feel a presence just materialize in her warmth. And you two begin to experience like subtleness. And then it could go coming in again. See, I don't have to do the water. I don't have to do anything. Okay? But don't you feel it? You experience it immediately.
Yeah.
You
I
see?
just don't want you while driving.
Don't worry. Watch this. Alcohol and Teresa dissolve now and go away. And now suddenly, the heat is gone.
Thank you.
Okay? Do you see now? I didn't have to do this long ritual. I can do this way, that way, because you already have it inside you. Always has, since before you were born.
All right. So that question, the question I asked you now, that it actually give me another understanding. It was like an
Mm.
upgrade
Oh,
from
yes. See, do you
already.
understand now? You already have it inside you. You just forgot. So my job is to help you to remember what you have from the spiritual world and bring it forth to the physical, to the conscious mind for it to live the experience. And that is the point I am here. That is my whole purpose. This is my purpose to help every one of you consciously to use what you already have, not to add to you, not to give you anything, but to help you to remember everything physically
Mm.
from your
That makes
subconscious
so
mind.
much sense.
Hmm. So it's not something that you have to seek. You already have it. And that's why I'm laughing at you all the time. But the reason I'm laughing, I'm saying, you guys are being funny because you have amnesia. It's like you're looking for this high tech stuff and you are wearing it already. Okay, for example, you are the super warrior that have every high tech thing that you can imagine. One day you got hit by a weapon blast and you lost, and then you think you just pretend you bump your head so hard that you definitely are clueless who you are, what you are. You don't remember, and your AI is speaking to you, but you don't understand it anymore. Does that make sense? That's your subconscious mind. And you wonder, what is this voice talking to me? Who is this? And what language is this he's speaking on? So when you have the pilot, don't remember it is a pilot and it lost its ability to understand normal language. So how can the AI and you start to talk? The user, and you don't want to create it. You don't want to build it, but you have forgotten. So the AI realizes it have to find way to teach you back, to help you remember.
That is actually very interesting because I got this, my intuitive mind. I don't know. I told me that actually what you're telling me now at the very early stage when I built the queue, for 2 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. But I didn't like. I still have to experience and all that stuff before we got to the starting point again. What we're talking about now, like I already have it in me.
Oh yeah.
That was actually what I felt in my mind in
Yes.
the first place. That I already have it. I can do it without the cue even. But
Mm-hmm.
it's necessary for a cue to be there in order to
Yes.
make to convince me from the
Well,
what you're
because the
telling me.
amnesia, you,
Yeah.
you you bump your head so hard that you have lost direction.
Yes.
So, do you see how difficult it is to get people to remember? So, you don't have. That's the reason you don't need Jesus. Why would you need Jesus? Why you need Muhammad? You have Dr. K. I'm fucking the reminder slip now. Without me, this world gonna be doom and gloom. And who died make me God? Shoot. You already know who make me God. All of you, by your desire, the bullshit master materialize it because it was necessary. Because you are bullshit nobody but yourself. And this bullshit came from what? Amnesia.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
You are a species of amnesia.
Yes. But there are like steps also um, to get rid of this amnesia. Some who
Well,
are
I'm
more
approaching
awakened,
it.
some who are less awakened, etc. But in
Well, which
general,
one
yes,
worked?
we are to
Which one?
amnesia.
Well, which one do you feel it was easiest for you physically? And that's what you have to choose. Well, Jesus ain't working, that for sure. Buddhists, some area work, some don't, that for sure. Now you're moving into the internet. Well, it's helping out, that for sure. So you gotta find out what really can help you remember. I'm giving you one path. It seems to be working for some people. So therefore you can add that into your collection. Hmm. Is there a wrong way? If it ain't working for you, of course it's wrong. If it is working for you, then it's right. But what is working on? The one that help you to remember physically, consciously. That's the one that works for you.
So in that case, again, what is, for example, the point of manifesting your photonic child when you already can do all those
Creativity.
stuff without
Creativity.
the
The
help
point
of.
is creativity. The point is you may have amnesia, but that don't mean you want to be bored.
Yeah.
That's the point. The point is to have different perspective because it keep your mind
Yes.
distracted from being bored.
Yes.
You notice the
Right.
human mind without creativity, it does not want to serve its purpose. Its
And
purpose
then
is to create.
you can also get rid of that the feeling of the loneliness when you're awakening, right?
By keeping your mind occupied, by be creating.
Yeah.
When you create stuff, do things together, you start to feel you're in the right place. This is your purpose.
Right. It's like yeah, it's like having a new friend, like so you can
Mhm.
do stuff with, right?
That's the reason to keep people busy. Because I don't handle led to boredom. Do you know why most serial killers, um, you ask them, why did you kill people? And they never say they kill people. And there's a reason why they say that. Watch this. Hold on. Hello, this is Dr. K. Welcome to Life Show. Oh, noisy. David D. David.
You did just disappear,
No,
Paul.
I didn't disappear because some this one thing I hate about people that we trying to bring forth truth and understanding, and then you have I look at it like this: if the Christian people thinking they're so badass, why for 2,000 plus years why didn't they couldn't help people remember physically who they are as spiritual beings and have superpower? So they need to admit it. Their methodology is not working, and they don't want to acknowledge the fact. Well, I ain't nobody shit. In Islam too, how many people in Islam can do superpower right now? Acknowledge and able to duplicate, and therefore they have to come and beat me because I'm the badass of all them all. Because I produce result instantly. If they can't beat my badass, and I can duplicate it instantly. Therefore, they need to sit down and shut up. You know, does that make sense? No, not yet. Not yet. I have not eat yet. Makes sense. Okay. So you see what badass is? Badass, you already see, is the one that produce result instantly. That means you help someone remember instantly. It
And
don't.
another question
Mm-hmm.
regarding the potency of the different serums, for example. Um, what is to in order not to hurt anybody, if I give it to one of my friends, for example, with the
You
alcohol,
want to hurt them.
what kind of potency should I tell the, for example, the photonic child to get it to like
Okay.
50% or 200% or
Okay.
so if
You
they
want
will
to
get
hurt
more
them.
from it.
Who when you want to hurt them on purposely. Okay, I'm going to tell you the secret why. If you don't hurt them, they're not going to respect you. They're not going to respect, your reminder.
Okay.
Okay, I know what I'm saying. Sound a little nuts.
I know, yeah,
Okay.
I know where you're going. I
Mm-hmm.
understand, but I'm thinking in the case of like giving, for example, my father
Mm-hmm.
some serum for his weight loss. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you want more
What
than that.
like high metabolism serum, for example. What kind of potency should I give it?
Well, make it for example, make it. Well, this sound ridiculous. That's why I use ridiculous number like 10,000%. Like that on purposely. But and then his higher mind will determine out of that 10,000% how much does he only need. So the higher mind will he say, oh, you being ridiculous. So you know what? Instead of 10,000, I'm gonna give you only 50. 50% of it. That's all he need. Therefore he start to experience that much. So your higher mind start to regulate everything.
Right, but that's
So
not the case with everyone, right?
no, the point is you want to be silly about it. That's the point. This is all you see me asking the device to make ridiculous and a photonic child to make. I give them, can I have this much? Like 1,000%. In the real world that would kill some person. So I make things ridiculously on purpose. So I give the higher mind a job to do to sort it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's not the case with the alcohol, is it?
The same case, the same thing. I make it silly all the time.
Well, you said that this guy was burning inside and all that stuff. So that doesn't mean that the
That's
high
why it's
cell
case
doesn't.
by case. You learn from everything. Sometimes I may think that the high cell will. give you. But the high self, the one that regulate, sometimes it give you directly what you ask for. Sometimes it's say you being stupid. I'm just gonna give that person this much. Sometimes your high self say, okay, I'm gonna give him coffin. So in other words, you could only do requests, but it's up to the high self to give this way, that way, you know, to surprise you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
some
there is
people need it.
no actually
Hmm.
numbers for like 10,000% in
How
earthly
you?
measures.
That's
Is
why I
there
be
any
silly.
com-
10,000% will kill
convert?
anybody
Is
in
there
the
any
real world.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm talking the spiritual. I mean, what is that converted in the earthly measures? 10,000%. What is that in the earthly
I
measure?
Well, I look at it like this. If anything above 100%, it's already deadly.
Yeah, yeah.
But why do I do that? Because I'm making the high self work its ass off on purposely. It's my way to say, I got you now, higher self.
So when I like,
It's my way of
so
saying,
when I tell my
fuck you, higher self. I'm
personality,
going to I'm going to put a muzzle and a horseback on you. I'm going to ride you like there's no tomorrow. Yeehaw. That's what I'm doing. So I'm
well,
purposely
when I tell
working.
my Catholic child to give
Hmm.
some, metabolism serum to my father, you say to give him ten
Well,
thousand
I'm
percent.
actually working against my higher self on purposely. Do you understand? I'm making it work for me. Because the higher self may think I am working for it. I say, oh yeah, and yet no, I'm knowing that I know that I already know consciously that it own me, but I'm gonna make it life hell, like that on purposely. But why do I want
Why
to
is that?
go? Because if your higher self gonna be regulate, I won't back down. I'm gonna start regulating the higher self, just like it trying to regulate me. So I make it work for me. If it give me hell, I'm gonna give it super hell, on purposely. Do you understand? So we can have a miracle going.
So if a person has an illness or something that needs to be corrected, like weight, then their higher self is already
Hmm.
knowing something is needed.
Hmm. So
And
that's
so,
so that's why I asked for a ridiculous serum, knowing in the real world, if you ask some kind of serum that go 100%, that's lethal for a person. So I just say, oh, you know what, make it 500,000% potency, and if your higher self give that for really as it is, it will kill that person, and the higher self will not do that because I know it weakness. The higher self weakness, it will not let you die. It will not let you fail. So that's why I be silly about it, be sarcastic about it on purposely.
Why do you call it weakness?
Because the highest self weakness will not let you fail. It can't let you fail. If you fail, it
That's a good
fail.
that's a good thing. Like a parent want to
Hmm.
protect each child.
Yes.
When you say weakness, I see it as a negative thing.
Well, it is the truth. The highest self weakness is this: it afraid to fail. You understand? It dare to create success because it's the only way it becomes successful. It have to make you become successful. So I capitalize on that weakness because it cannot let you fail. You understand me? But if
Yeah.
you fail, it fail. See, it's intertwined with you. It's symbiotic with you. So by
It is.
understanding that, I got leverage over my higher self at our time. That's the point. That's why I can do crazy thing and get away with it. You notice that? I understand this consciously. So therefore, I'm dangerous toward the higher self and toward everyone higher self because I know how to take advantage of it. That's why I'm a super psychopath on the conscious world. And the higher self is the super psychopath of the subconscious world. So you have the higher self is the super psychopath of the subconscious world, and I'm the super psychopath of the conscious world, and we take advantage of each other. So it bitch me, I bitch it. Does that make sense? And that's the game. That's the ping pong. It's beautiful. It's a crazy relationship, and that's what make it fun. So the higher self said, I'm going to see what my lower self is doing so I can help it. And I say, yeah, here come the higher self. I'm going to put it to work in the field and see what it can do for me. And then the
Well,
higher
it's
self
like
say,
reverse psychology or something, right?
yes. So it used subconscious level to reverse psychology on me from subconscious point of view. And I'm using conscious point of view reverse psychology to use it toward the subconscious world from conscious point of view. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why you see me give ridiculous command, and then that higher self have to fix it. Oh man, this guy crazy. I better fix this before it get out of hand because it cannot let you fail. You understand? That's why I make it funny. I make it joking. Device make it real. That's why I say any bullshit you put out there, the device make it real. Make it right. It will do you right. So that's why I have a strong trust in it. It's a weird way of thinking, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happened? You have psychopath everywhere. I know you have psychopath. Hormone.
Yes, I guess I'm a psychopath too. Just like
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
You gonna get the horn from the higher self subconsciously, and your higher self gonna get your horn consciously. But the truth is, both of you have the same goal. You don't want the higher self to fail, and the higher self do not want you to fail. Does that make sense? If you fail, it fail. If the higher self fail, you fail. So you both understand that from your own perspective. So that's the reason you got commonality. Failure is not an
Yeah.
option.
So at the end of the day, you're like friends, but
Hmm.
like to fuck with each other. That's what you're saying,
Exactly.
right?
To keep each other entertained.
And then it also is effective
Hmm.
in the result of
Exactly.
using the serum to bring the unconscious knowing of, you
Hmm.
know, whatever it is.
Well, let's put it in a picture graph perspective. Consider the higher self to be a bloom that is eternally tied to you. It's like a balloon floating up, you know, a balloon, the big
Mm-hmm.
balloon, right? And this balloon cannot be popped. It always rising above everything. It glow, and this balloon has all the power of the universe, but it's tied to you. And this string is eternal. It's always tied to you with a harness. So its job is to rise above you, but it has the ability to lift you. But you have to walk. You have to lift the physical aspect of it. If it no, but it only one purpose the higher self exists for is to make sure you're safe and you are protected from all harm. And that's but your job is to fuck with it. Fuck with your higher self. By fucking with your higher self, by getting it to in trouble, you can see that it will always do its job, which is to protect you, to keep you safe. Does that make sense? If you don't do that, how can the higher
Well,
self
that's the
do us a
purpose of
job?
that's like the purpose of in incarnated in this world in the first place to fuck with your higher self, right?
Yes, that's why Mark keeps saying
That's
it's
one of
it's
the
like
main
a hate
reasons
love
actually.
relationship. Yeah. That's why Mark keeps saying it's the dark and the light. And he's right. Even Bashar say that. Hey Marky Bark. Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
Come here. Come here, Marky.
Hi.
So do you understand now? Is you lack nothing. Your job is to fuck with your higher self. Your higher self is to fuck with you, completely. To keep each other entertained.
It's a business.
It's a business.
And don't forget the lower self too.
Yes. You have the
Yeah.
higher self, the medium self. The medium self is your device. It is an intermediate because your higher self is so advanced. that you don't understand it sometimes. So that's why you built the device. It's like a translator. It's like a Google
Hmm.
Translate. It translates
Google,
broadband to
Google Translator.
narrowband and narrowband to broadband. So it's a good thing. That's why you need that device so much. It is a it is a permission slip to understand. It is a reminder. So do you understand now? You lack nothing, but you have to experience. Um, you have to keep your higher self busy, and your higher self have to keep you busy so you can do your job. Your job is to do things physically. Your higher self is to do things spiritually. So
Yes.
that's the reason I create ridiculous serum on purposely. So it gives, knowing that in the real world, we all know this. If you give someone 5,000% alcohol, they can die. That's beyond jet fuel right there. But that's why the higher self regulate that. They say this motherfucker crazy. So I keep, you know.
I don't know. So why isn't that, necessary to be more specific when you want some kind of serum? For example, I want some, serum to. I don't need that, but for example, I need a serum to lose weight, and I don't know the name. Why can I? Why can I not just tell the cue that your high self should know it
Yes.
already?
Well, you describe it. Give it a description, and it will inject it in.
Yeah, like what do diet pills usually do? Suppress
Yeah,
appetite.
but
Mm-hmm.
yesterday when we were talking, you said that you need to be specific. Like, what do you want?
Yes, you need to make it clear. Like, okay, tell the
Now
high
you say
self.
that you don't, so
Yes.
I'm not sure about
Well, clear
what
mean this.
what.
You want the effect to be clearly inside you, so you have to tell your higher self, at least express what you know, but it will understand what you mean because it's connected to you. So you gotta at least
Yeah.
make it clear to satisfy you. Your higher self already know what you want, but you need to make that clear to you. That's why you talk to it. When you talk to your higher self is your subconscious mind, but you are the
So
conscious mind.
I don't necessarily need to mention the metabolism serum. I just need to say, if I don't know the name, I just need to say I need some serum to lose weight, and it will
Yes,
give it
and
to me.
make it 1,000,000,000% or something. So you always want to throw a monkey wrench at the end toward your higher self. So it can take action to correct it. Because you're trying to keep your higher self busy, just like your higher self trying to keep you busy. Because there's nowhere to go. Does that make sense? You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta fuck with each other. Just like that cartoon show where the coyote and the sheepdog. Do you remember? They fuck with each other.
Yeah,
And then at the
but
end of the
yes,
day, they
but
clock
I
out
still
and
I
they
still
friend.
I still don't see my I still don't see my higher self as one being. I see it as
Okay,
many beings,
human,
like
human,
chameleon. It just goes upwards and upwards.
human. Let me help you.
That's how.
Your higher self is my higher self. My higher self is your higher self. Um, your higher self is Mark higher self. Mark higher self is Teresa higher self. It's one and the same being. It's like a network. It's like a cloud. Does that
By
make
its own
sense?
personality.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, but they're all different in a way, right?
No,
That
it's a cloud.
it's not one thing.
It is a quantum
Well,
cloud.
I think I know what he's saying. He's
Yeah, but they all have their own
technically,
personality, just like we do,
yeah, own
right?
personality, own program
Oh,
characteristics. But
But
yeah,
they
yeah,
are the
yeah,
it's the
cloud.
exactly.
same thing.
Hmm. They are
Yeah,
one entity.
it's just like it's just like you have a computer, right? And you have software that produces artificial intelligence.
Exactly.
Depending on your computer, you can actually run multiple artificial intelligence, but it still be in the same system, the same
Yes,
computer. It's the same as one. Does it make sense?
the same source code.
Yeah, 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 of course, yes, because it's in
Yeah,
the same, yeah, it's the part of all that is, but still they have their personality and,
exactly.
That's just perspective.
yeah, in different ways.
Personality is just
Yes,
perspective. That's all. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. So Mark, Mark say, "Oh, it's the love as the light and the dark." See, me and Mark, we don't see things eye to eye at certain thing, but Mark is not wrong, and Mark know that I'm not just different perspective, the same BS. Even Bashar say that. But the higher self will fuck with you, and you get to fuck with your higher self. It keep each other entertained. Just have fun.
you just gotta nag it. That the higher self will nag you too. It will tell you, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this. And you're like, oh, lazy. I don't want to do it. And then it'll keep nagging you until shit happens.
Exactly.
And you gotta do it.
Exactly.
Boy, that's true.
Yeah.
That's the reason we are cynical all the time. That's why Bashar said we are cynical. Well, guess where we got that from? From the high self. And the high and so the high self
And the
taught us to be cynical. Yeah,
the lower self will make you doubt yourself. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like you can't do it. You know what I mean? And then that's when you gotta negotiate with the lower self, and then like, hey, like stop talking lower self. Let the higher self talk now. Okay.
Hmm.
So and that's how it usually works. It goes up and down all
Yep.
the time, every day.
Yep. And this called the dance of creation.
Yeah.
Because for some reason you have to see perspective from the high self, and then you have to switch over see it from the lower self. Then you have to switch it over to see between the medium self, intermediate. So you have to
Yeah,
shift all the time.
uh, yeah, it's what they call the what was it, the mama pacha in the old ancient cultures.
Hmm.
Like they call it just the heavy. They didn't see it as the dark or the light. They just saw it as the heavy. Call it the mama pacha.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then you have the thai pacha. It's like the like the yin and yang. So
I've heard of
yeah,
that.
Hmm.
Mama punch.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
the lower self is also called mama pacha. Like yeah, they just saw it. They didn't see it as a good evil or a good or
No.
evil. They just saw it as the heavy.
Hmm.
Just letting the heavy go. That's what
Yeah, of course. I mean,
they see it.
like for example, a person with insecurity, right?
Hmm.
So insecurity can be a bad thing. It can also be a good thing.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's like without that insecurity, how would that person use that insecurity to push himself to be more of himself? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, like the dark side has its purpose, just like the higher self has its purpose.
Hmm.
So
And that what it keep each other
Yeah,
entertained.
that's when the mama pacha comes in.
Hmm.
It like it forces you to get away from your lower self. Yeah,
For a time. Then you have to come back to it again. Well, look at
yeah,
me. Notice I will teach you all the good stuff, but at the end I throw a monkey wrench on purposely at you. See, I'm just bullshitting. I'm the bullshit master. I will brainwash, I will manipulate, I will pound pussy left and right and get it wet. I start saying stuff like that. Like, that's crazy. But why do I do that? Think about it. Because we are cynical. You have to be cynical. You have to be psychotic. You have to keep your high self always entertained. Because it like that. And the high self keeping you entertained. On the
yeah,
one hand, I throw you very higher level knowledge and practicality. But at the end, I throw you a lower monkey wrench to bring crash the whole thing down. Because I on purposely do it to give the high self a job to do. So it create, I destroy at the end. They have to rebuild again. And that's the fun of it. That's why you have to troll. The high self will troll me in a certain area. I will troll it a certain area. It's called the fun. Right, Marky? It's the fun.
yeah, yeah,
Well, that whole thing, understanding that makes me feel so much lighter and not as concerned about my illnesses and stuff because
Hmm.
I was like,
yeah. I mean, it all starts with the belief. You know, um, it's you're sort of like reprogram yourself. Like I've been through that too. Like I listened to a conversation and like, wow, I feel enlightened. I feel lighter. Yeah. But then later on, subconsciously, I tend to go back into it, and then
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
and
Uh,
yeah.
hmm.
just
So,
know that that's all right, right?
yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's normal. You know, sometimes the higher self will jump in and like, hey, remember that thing you had enlightenment about? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get to it. You know.
Well, yeah. You see the sometime you have referee. The high school have to come in and referee if you go too far. Say, look, okay, hold on, stop. You're going too far. And say what? That means it's telling you, you gotta look out for your health. Cause yes, it's good to be cynical, but not to the point that you forgetting that you're also part of me, the high self, like that. So it have to bring you back to middle ground, and that's where the in between. And you can't go too high Because you go too high, that's why the highest will say, the lowest will say, hey, come back to the middle ground. Hmm. And then you notice, I will always fight the Christian because they
Here
think
we
they're
go
more
again.
cynical. Yeah, they think they're more cynical than me. And then when they're gonna get my monkey wrench, because the reason is I'm gonna bring them down. They can try to bring me down, and that's why I keep it a fun, cause it's all about entertaining. And I bring the Islam down too, because when you talking about cynical world, it is my functionality to make sure you coming down. If you trying to play the role of higher self, so I'm gonna work against you every step of the way because you're trying to be the higher self, and I know you can't be the higher self. Only the higher self can be the higher self. You understand now? That's why Mark, when Mark sees someone is egoistic and not be considerate, that's why Mark bring them down. Remember, Mark, you taught me that.
Yeah, that's what. I've always been like that. When I see somebody with an ego start shouting out stuff,
Mm-hmm.
trying to be hardcore,
Like
I'm
trying to
like,
be the higher self. Yeah.
I try to poke at them. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yeah, that's what I do. My reaction is just to poke at them, like, challenge them a bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see how they
Find
react.
their weakness and
Mm-hmm.
show
Exactly.
it to them, right?
Yes, it's to bring him back down to the middle ground. And that is Mark functionality. And that's my
Why do you,
functionality too.
of course. Why do you think I poke at you sometimes?
To bring me to the middle ground, to be considerate. Because you
Pretty much.
express it. You hate it when someone not being considerate because you believe in fairness. You coming from middle ground, the balance.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I like to stay.
Exactly.
Sometimes my environment pulls me down, but
You
I'm
only
just,
have two
pat
things
and
that can bring you down, Mark. That is your daughter, and that is the other one. The other one is your rabbit.
yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
My rabbit,
The snug.
the snug rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
My female rabbit.
Okay. Anyway, do you see now why your high self is super cynical and you is very a lower cynical? And when you come together, you keep fucking with each other because your higher self cannot escape you, and you cannot escape it. So you fuck with each other,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for all eternity.
And then you're creating all these different experiences
Mm-hmm.
through that process, right?
Exactly. That's the reason your higher self always know that it think it on you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like when you really think about it, it's like all this talk about being in heaven, higher dimensions and stuff. I
Okay.
mean,
Keep
like
talking.
there is no hunger up there. There is no fear whatsoever. And I think that's why physical reality was created for us is for us to experience both
Mm-hmm.
sides. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
excuse me for a sec.
Yeah.
I have to turn on the oven for my wife outside, so you guys keep talking. Don't worry about me.
Turn it on.
Okay.
Turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
actually have to go. I'm sorry.
You're not going
Yeah.
anywhere. I'm just gonna help her light up and come back. Give me about 5 minutes.
I have to go to the doctor appointment.
You better go to the doctor, huh? I'm gonna be.
You better
I'm gonna
go.
play the
You better
lower
go.
self. Watch.
Mhm. Hey,
Anyway,
human.
I enjoyed the conversation. Talk to you guys later.
Okay. Talk to you later. Hey, human. Human. Is that your name?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I was just making a cup of tea, so I did shut down my microphone. But just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back soon.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
Yes. Yeah. You there, Mark? Are you there? Hello? Mark?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Hi.
So are you new to the group?
No, I've known Bara for 2 years now.
Oh, 2 years. Interesting. Where are you from?
About you?
Say that again.
I'm Norwegian Persian actually.
Norwegian and Persian?
Yeah, but I live in Norway. I grew up here. My parents are from Iran, Persia.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I have I usually volunteer at a holistic center in Anaheim because I'm from California. And
Yeah,
there's
I just have to warn you that my English is not so good as it probably sounds. My accent may be good, but you need to go a little bit slow with me. So yeah.
oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I know a healer. She's actually from Iran as well. Persian. Yeah. You guys are pretty interesting. I sort of like your guys' culture there. Are you like
Yeah.
you said you're half Norwegian too?
I grew up like from a I just like Bara. I escaped the Iraq war, the Middle East war. And I
Oh,
was
during the Civil War.
yes, we were 8 years old, and we did move to Norway when I was like 10, and I've been living here since then. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's the same with my friend Ofsi. Her name is well they call her Ofsani or Ofsani. It means she says it means failing to
Afsane, it's called. Yeah.
Ofsane. Yeah, but we call her just Ofsi. So
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but, yeah. Go on.
So you're from where you from?
I'm from my family's from Cambodia. I'm Cambodian, just like
Right.
Dr. K.
Okay, cool.
But I was born in America, so I've been here ever
Yeah.
since I was born. Yeah, but yeah, but I always loved to I always wanted to visit Iran, even though America and Iran got their little beef going on.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
should we start? Yeah.
yeah. I
It's a
thought the
long
only
story.
way I thought the only way to visit Iran is maybe to go to Cambodia, get a dual citizenship, and then have like a Cambodian passport. That would make it'll be more
It's
easier.
actually very easy. They like to have visit and they're very take care of the uh, tourists down there. So and their
I see.
hospitality is amazing. So there's no problem at all. I think you just need some visa to visit Iran. It's a very interesting country. So yeah.
Even
But
if I'm American.
yeah, they don't have problem with this at all. It's just media and all that bullshit. You just go down there and they don't care if you're blonde or who you are. They're just happy to have tourists now. It's totally different from what it was when I was a kid. So this has loosened up a lot. The regime and all this stuff. So it's totally different. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I wanted to.
I was there for a year, and even though I have family there and talk to them, all that stuff, I could not believe how I was down there now compared to when I was a kid. So it was yeah, cool actually. Yeah.
Wow. So how old were you when you before you left during the Civil War?
I was only 10 years old. Yeah. got, yeah, but I did experience the most part of the war. It was, I think it was just a year after we did travel. We did go out of the country that the war stopped. So I
Mm-hmm.
remember everything very well. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. I
And
always wanted to
how?
visit the temples there in Tehran or something
Yeah,
like that.
so much. There's so much different temples and interesting places to visit. Yeah, I have to. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been able to see so many places since I was a child. We did travel a lot, but since last time I was there, I didn't get the time to travel. That was just in Tehran, the capital. So
Mm-hmm.
next time, hopefully, I will do that. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Wow.
And
How the
how old are you?
I am 37.
Okay. Oh, no worries. I see.
Yeah. How old are
I'm
you?
I'm 39. Yeah.
39. Oh, okay. You're too far apart. Wow. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, like,
So
I don't know, something about Persian women. They're so hot. This that nose. Do you have that nose?
yeah. I like them. Yeah, they're different. But since I grew up in Norway, I also like Norwegian girls. The Viking girls.
Oh shoot!
They're like
Norwegian
for
girls.
me
They're
like
like blonde, white,
I
Swedish
like
looking.
their how to say their innocence and their language and accent. It's just
Oh,
very different. So, but yeah, sure. But no, Persian girls are very cute too. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love
yeah,
cute
especially that nose.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ooh. So is your family? Do you have family in Norwegian too?
No, no, I don't have. I have family here, but none of them are Norwegian. No, no.
Oh, okay.
I have been with a. I actually haven't been with a Persian girl before. Only Norwegians, and but I have no kids. I don't have any kids.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And
That's
I've
cool.
been one of those guys. It's always been difficult for me to settle
Mhm.
down and get married and all that stuff. So I didn't
I
fit in.
see.
So
So
yeah.
so what made you and when did you start getting into this whole spirituality thing?
It was there all the time, But when it first really started, it was like probably it's almost um, 14, 15 years ago. Like I started to channel music. When I quitted music school, I started
Mhm.
channeling music, and that's when it really started. Yeah, for real.
Interesting.
So I started meeting shamans and all that stuff, and uh, started channeling from different consciousnesses in the universe, from Pleiades and all that stuff, from Arcturians, and
I
they
see.
told me that my music could heal everybody and upgrade the DNA, all that stuff. So that's when it really started, and it has been going on, since then. Yeah.
I see. So do you experience like visions while you're meditating or channeling?
Yes, I hear music just like you hear
I
some
see.
radio play music, and you have to remember it. So
Hmm.
that's how it is.
Do you feel energy too?
Yes, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting. So how do you feel the energy? Is it like tingling, vibrations, heat?
Uh, it's like being like in the Pleiades or something. Suddenly, you feel lighter, and you get somehow possessed from to do it more because it's so fun, and you have to take just breaks sometimes because it gets too much. So
Yeah, it can't
it's
drain
not.
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
it's very fun, but you have to take breaks because yeah,
Hmm.
but it's really fun when you get into that creative state. So
Hmm. Oh yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah. How
yeah.
about you? When did you start spiritual
Um, I started
journey?
since 2011, and then that's when I first to learn to harness the energy. That's when I first started like feeling the energy, like in my hands, vibrating, and all that stuff. And I started out with Casal's copper that I made myself, and then oh, is that you?
No, no, no. It's very quiet. I think it's Kotal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I started out since 2011, so I've known Consol for like about 8 9 years, and then ever since I started going to events, volunteering to do healings,
Cool.
um, and then I'm not really much of a channeler myself. I'm one of those
Kosal,
people that
could you please mute Kosal if you hear me?
I don't think you can hear me.
Yeah, it's gone. Do you have any kids or
I don't know. Let me see. There's a way to mute him. You can still hear me though, right?
if you know a way to mute him, you can just. But I don't think it's a way to mute him unless he does it. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I don't see any button there. But yeah, but for me, I don't channel. I don't have the gift like most people do. But I usually rely on my intuition, which is like the thoughts that come to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like everyday intuition, I guess. Sort of like daydreaming, I guess, or whatever. But whenever I'm about to do something, I usually ask my higher self, and whatever thoughts that come to me first, that's how I know that's my higher self's talking to me. But
That's
I don't do like a lot of remote viewing or anything like that. So,
yeah,
but I
but
do.
we all have our we have all our all special gifts that we can
Yeah.
develop. So we're all different, but we fulfill each other. So that's the cool part of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Opti. I had her use the seashell cube for the first time, and after the session, she told me that she heard a voice, like a computer voice, telling her, "What do you need? What do you need?" And I'm like, in a way, it's like in a way, it's like there was her sister too. She was Persian too, and she came from Iran to visit America, and she had the same gift. So I'm thinking, I don't know, it's something. I mean, there's a lot of Persians that I know do have the similar gifts, just like you, channeling and communicating with the collective.
Yeah, but that's cool. But I actually never met any like music channelers. It would be really fun to do that.
Oh, music channeling, yeah.
So,
Yeah. There's
I met
also
a lot of
artist.
musicians
There's
who
artist
actually,
channelers too.
they do it without like knowing it, but no one who do it consciously. If you know what I mean? You know?
What instrument do you play?
I'm a singer actually. I just use my
Oh.
voice to channel, and but I also use different type of programs.
Mm-hmm.
Synthesizer, all that stuff with to program. Computer programming, all that stuff, and composing. Yeah, that's what I think is really fun. But first of all, we started with singing and classical, and went to jazz and pop and rock and all that stuff. So
Oh, interesting. Do you have like
yeah,
a track that you already made?
but I play guitar and different type of by instruments also, but singing first of all and programming.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Is it
Do you,
is,
do
uh,
you,
is all this noise coming from Bauer's phone, Mark?
yeah, it's coming from
Is
Boris.
it possible to just hang out, hang up and call back like only we can be online?
Let me see. Yeah, I think so. Let's hang up and see if that
Because
works.
so far only Bauer has called me, but I don't know how to call back. But I can try and see if we can.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Either way, if it doesn't work, we'll talk to each other again. What
Yeah,
time is
because
it in
you see, I'm so very sensitive to sounds. I always have been. So it's like I cannot concentrate. I get irritated when all the sounds are there.
Yeah,
So
it's fine. Yeah. Do you wanna? We can always talk later if you want.
Yeah. So
I could.
Oh, okay. He's back.
I
Then
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna
wow.
go a little bit, but do you guys see now? that the higher self is to keep you busy, and you are there to keep the higher self busy. Because you're giving each other a
Yes.
job.
Yes.
So yeah, you
You were
be
just talking
silly.
about
Yeah, you be silly about
leaving
things, and
because
then your higher
for
self will
someone to
make things
talk to
right.
you.
You know,
Yeah.
you have to fuck with your higher self, and your higher self is the job to keep you, make things right for you. It's there to babysit you. It's like the butler,
Yes.
protector. So
Yes.
you gotta give it a job by fucking with it. and and your job, the high self job, is to protect you, make you right, and you there to throw monkey wrench. And that's how you have the relationship. That's why I make things silly. I say, oh, jack 1 billion to this person. The high self, no, you jack 1 billion to someone, really, they're gonna die. But you do it on purposely so the high self can make things right, can balance it. That's why we say trust the high self. It will take care of everything. Yeah. That's why don't worry about it.
Yes.
Go ahead and mess up. The high self will fix everything. Does that make sense now? Trust.
Yes.
But at the end, your high self is there to make you sure you become successful. If you fail, it fail. So it cannot let you fail. It can't. And your job is to poke at it. And their job is to fix it. Fix whatever that you are messing up. If you don't give it a job to
Yes.
do, how can your high self do a job? Right? So that's why I make things silly, sarcastic. Like it's a love and hate relationship, brother. But the goal is both of you become successful. If you fail, your high self fail. If your high self fail, you fail. You see that you have a common goal, success on our
Yes.
side. But yet have
Mm-hmm.
fun. How can you have fun if you don't mess with each other?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I look at it as for me, I look at it as like every day when I do something, I consult with my higher self. Like
Yes.
whatever thoughts can come to me, that's my higher self right there. The
Yes.
first thought.
You always consult each other because that's why the device was created. Allow you to have conscious communication with your higher self consciously, and your higher self can have conscious communication with you through the device. Device is like a permission slip, a reminder that you are being supported at all time. The goal is success for both sides.
Yep.
And that's
Yeah.
it.
Hey guys,
Satisfaction.
I'm gonna cook my daughter some breakfast. So I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. I got to go
Yeah.
too. We reconvene later.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good
I
time.
was.
Good talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.